Then the cabinet has taken a decision that a committee will have to go into the complaints, objections, raise the people with regard to implementation of the subsidy scheme. Then till such time, the entire Aadhaar linked or the bank linked scheme will have to be kept under hold. So the scheme has been deferred on hold till the committee submits a report on that. So 1 minute. Let me complete it. So that means to say that people now we are resorting back to the old system, where the subsidy will be deposited with the oil companies. They will directly pay the subsidy to the beneficiaries. You all know that 14 crore consumers are there. And of course, we had introduced a scheme called OAC, Own Your Own Account scheme, by which we could, in fact, 60 lakh customers who are not, in fact, have been eliminated on that because they do not exist. Now, with the Aadhaar, would have saved about 3,000 to 4,000 crores, or still more, and the number would have been reduced another 2 or 3 crores. This was our hope. Ultimately, Aadhaar linked scheme will always benefit the customers because ultimately the genuine people will get the Aadhaar. Anyway, in view of the ground realities and also the sentiments expressed by everyone that there are a lot of problems in accessing the Aadhaar, and Aadhaar linkage has not been properly established, and the bank has, accounts have not been seeded in a big number, and there are a lot of problems with regard to the getting the subsidy. In fact, we always pay advance for 1 cylinder, always pay deposit in the bank. But even then it is felt that, there will be inconvenience, people are not getting the benefits, women particularly complain more, and we have received complaints from many of our chief ministers, including the Kerala chief minister, many others. In view of that, we are keeping, and till the report comes from the committee which is being constituted, that scheme, Aadhaar-based linkage DBTL scheme, will be kept on hold and deferred. These are the two decisions we have taken, and further Mr. Tiwari will explain.
मैं जो कैबिनेट का फैसला है उसका जो सार है वो आपको तर्जुमा करके हिंदी में बताना चाहता हूं। कैबिनेट ने आज ये फैसला किया है कि जो 9 सब्सिडाइज सिलेंडर लोगों को दिए जा रहे थे, उपभोक्ताओं को दिए जा रहे थे, फरवरी के महीने में उनको 1 सब्सिडाइज सिलेंडर और मिलेगा, मार्च के महीने में 1 सब्सिडाइज सिलेंडर और मिलेगा, 1 अप्रैल 2014 से 12 सब्सिडाइज्ड सिलेंडर साल में मिलेंगे, हर महीने 1 सिलेंडर दिया जाएगा। और जैसा मोइली जी ने आपको बताया कि क्योंकि पूरे मुल्क से ये रिप्रेजेंटेशंस पेट्रोलियम मिनिस्ट्री के पास जो लोगों का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं उनके पास आई, उस संदर्भ में ये फैसला किया गया है कि जो आधार लिंक्ड डीबीटी योजना है, जिसके तहत जो सब्सिडी सरकार देती है वो रीइंबर्स की जाती थी, उसका एक समिति विश्लेषण करेगी और जब तक वो विश्लेषण समाप्त नहीं हो जाता तब तक जो उपभोक्ता है उसको सब्सिडाइज्ड रेट के ऊपर जो पहले सिस्टम था उसी सिस्टम के तहत, उसी प्रक्रिया के तहत उनको गैस सिलेंडर मुहैया करवाया जाएगा। सो इन शॉर्ट इट इज 1 cylinder in the month of February, 1 cylinder in the month of March, in addition to the 9 subsidized cylinders. From the 1st of April 2014, 12 subsidized cylinders in a year, at the rate of 1 cylinder a month, a committee to go into the entire ambit of the DBT-linked Aadhaar scheme, and pending the review, the decision is to revert to the old system, whereby the consumer will have to pay the subsidized price, which is about 450 odd rupees for an LPG cylinder. Thank you.
Yes. Timeline, sir, for this committee to submit the report, and will the Supreme Court, did the Supreme Court's observation on Aadhaar actually have any kind of impact on this particular decision, and especially the timeline for the committee to submit its report, please?
You know, the timeline, timeline has not been decided by the cabinet. Maybe that, while constituting the committee, maybe there may be a timeline. We can't say today. And, of course, Supreme Court decision, it is being, they are not, to be very frank with you, after they said, what the order they are given, even then, despite that, we have been implementing the Aadhaar-based scheme. We have reported that also. We have also reported that. And, according to our latest statistics, 1 crore 70 lakhs consumers have been already perfectly linked, and they are getting the benefit now. And of course, we have already implemented the first phase of the scheme. When we were in the second phase, all these complaints came. Then we deferred some of those cases. But now that, we do not want that, any grievances whatsoever or any problem whatsoever should happen to the women or particularly to the consumers. We thought it appropriate that, the whole scheme can be kept pending till the committee comes out with the report. Then we'll implement it smoothly and after getting over all the administrative or technical problems.
Sir,
just to clarify, for those crore and 70 lakh people who had been linked to the DBT Aadhaar paradigm, they would also get the cylinder at the subsidized rate of whatever it is, 450 odd rupees. So therefore, the entire scheme of Aadhaar-based DBT linkage for LPG cylinders, that would be reviewed by the high-level committee, so that there is no confusion that, the decision of the cabinet to give it at 450 rupees or whatever is the subsidized price would apply to each and every of the 14 crore consumers.
So yes, please. One moment. The others are waiting. Sandeep, yes. Sandeep, please.
एक तो राहुल गांधी ने जब कहा तब आपको याद आया कि सिलेंडर बढ़ाना है, तो क्या ये राहुल गांधी का फैसला है? दूसरा, चुनाव से ठीक पहले आप ये फैसला ले रहे, चुनावी फैसला।
देखिए, श्री राहुल गांधी जी भी जनता का नेतृत्व करते हैं, वो भी एक जनप्रतिनिधि हैं और एक बारी नहीं 2 बारी चुन के आए हैं। तो अगर वो कोई बात कहते हैं तो उनकी बात को गंभीरता से लिया जाता है और ये कोई चुनाव से जुड़ा हुआ फैसला नहीं है। एक लोकतांत्रिक सरकार होने के नाते, एक संवेदनशील सरकार होने के नाते, एक ऐसी सरकार जो जनता की जो बात है उसको गंभीरता से लेती है, सारे पहलुओं के ऊपर चर्चा करने के बाद ये फैसला किया गया कि ये जो प्रक्रिया है, इस प्रक्रिया का दोबारा से विश्लेषण होगा, इसको दोबारा से संज्ञान में लिया जाएगा और तब तक हर उपभोक्ता को, जो 14 करोड़ एलपीजी के उपभोक्ता हैं इस मुल्क में, उनको सब्सिडाइज्ड कीमत पर जैसे पहले सिलेंडर मिलता था उसी तरह सिलेंडर मुहैया करवाया जाएगा।
सर, प्लीज लेट्स नॉट हैव शाउटिंग, एवरीबॉडी विल गेट अ चांस, जस्ट वेट फॉर मी टू कॉल यू, प्लीज सर, प्लीज। हाँ जी
सर, इससे सब्सिडी इम्पैक्ट कितना पड़ेगा गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर इन द टर्म्स ऑफ रुपी?
How much will be the subsidy impact?
I have already gone on record saying about 5,000 crores.
Sir,
yes, please. No, please, not again. Please wait. Here. You did. Yes.
Yes.
Manish, you defended the fact that Rahul has made a pitch for increasing the number of subsidized cylinders. Exactly a year ago in January, in the Jaipur session, Rahul had said that DBT was going to be a game changer and the opposition is scared of the Congress coming out with such big ideas. So how can this game changer be pulled off just before elections? Was it too ambitious? What went wrong with it?
Well, first of all, I don't think that the DBT-based Aadhaar paradigm is being given up. The DBT-based Aadhaar paradigm caters to a very broad spectrum of schemes across the government space. So therefore, there is transfer of scholarships, there are transfers of various other kinds of entitlements, which would continue under the DBT slash Aadhaar paradigm. There is no change in that. It is only with regard to LPG subsidy being directly deposited in the bank accounts of consumers. There were certain issues of implementation on the ground, because at places the seeding between the Aadhaar numbers and the bank accounts was not complete. So therefore, in order to ensure that the consumer is not inconvenienced, in the interim, it has been decided that a committee would be constituted which would review only the LPG, the implementation of the LPG linkage to DBT slash Aadhaar. And the consumer would get the cylinder at the subsidized rate as he was getting earlier.
Dr. Mali, I want to ask you, you've got complaints as far as DBT and LPG goes. Have you also got it for other petroleum product schemes like kerosene, which is something that you have rolled out? Is that something that you're looking at? And would you say, therefore, follow up to that question where Mr. Tawari was also saying, where will this leave the Petroleum Ministry and its entire plans of, DBT? How much of a setback in a timeline manner are you seeing?
You all know that all these schemes are meant for the people. And, whatever scheme, people's cooperation, absolute cooperation is necessary. And that's why while implementing it, if there are any ground level problems, and the technical problems, administrative problems, all that, because it's a very big scheme, very important, unique scheme. We don't want, just because of few areas of the administrative and technical problem, the scheme should become unpopular. We don't want to become. By and large, this is one of the best reform measures, no doubt, which will eliminate the misuse, the malpractice, and maybe that, one minute, another, we would have saved about 12 to 14,000 crores. And, that would have been flowed back to the consumers only, by reduction of cost. Then maybe that reduction of cost in diesel and petrol. So that means to say, we don't want, just because, even if a few people complain, even if it doesn't reach out to few people, they complain that, they say we are coming, but we are not getting it. We don't want that. We want to make this program a foolproof program. It is only with this intention that, we have done it. We are not putting the reform process in the back burner. Kerosene, we have not implemented it. We only a few places, as a pilot project, we have implemented it as a pilot program, and kerosene is not done as we have done it for the LPG.
Moiliji, who are all the members of the committee and who is heading it?
The cabinet only took a decision to constitute a committee. I don't know if it is a cabinet or official committee. It is for the cabinet to take appropriate call on this.
It's an in-principle decision that, a committee would be constituted to review the paradigm with regard to Aadhaar, DBT, transfer of LPG subsidy. So as and when the modalities are fleshed out, we would inform you.